Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff 832 RKSB Flagstaff Classic Travel Trailer. You guys picked a cool unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration over here on your campsite. Of course, your slide. You have plenty of room for that to come out. You're also going to have an awning on that slide as well. And your main awning here. So leave plenty of room for all those to come in and out unhindered. And then over on your off camp side, of course, your two slides over here. So leave plenty of room for them to come in and out, and then also leave yourself a nice walking space. Because the next thing I want you to think about is where your water and power connections are going to be. Your power cord plugs in all the way on the rear of the unit, on your off camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your water and docking station is going to be just behind your front slide on the same side, your driver's side of your tow vehicle or off camp side of the trailer. So park accordingly so you utilize the facilities when you arrive. Once you've arrived, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with this power tongue jack, docking light. Simply lower or raise the unit to your level. You do have a manual override and a hand crank, hand crank over in this storage right here for that. I have a hand crank for this, your spare tire, as well as one for a manual override on your slides. So once you got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Docking light here. The unit is equipped with power stabilizing jacks. Simply going to hit extend. Now as these come down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Use your 10% off coupon, get a 4-pack of those, put them down underneath these, and run these down just until they're taut. Look over the other side, make sure that's down, because our unit's already level. We don't want to change the levelness. All we're trying to do at this point is stabilize it. So run your front ones down. Back up. Come to the rear of your unit on your campsite. Around the corner here is your rear ones. Oh, hit extend on those. Those run down. Same thing back here. Use your stabilizing jack pads. Run these down. Again, just until they're taut. And we'll run them back up here. You may have to adjust your feet as they come down. Once we get our unit level and stable, we can now hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord here on the back. Should you need to plug in at a campsite. Well, first, the way these go in, at a little left angle, and it says right on top, turn to lock. Turn it to the right, and then put your black washer on. Now, if you need to plug in at a campsite, you also have a dog bone in your convenience pack that'll bring you from 50 down to 30. And if you ever need to plug in at home, there's a 30 to 110 adapter you can throw on there. Just run appliances accordingly when running off 110. You don't want to pop a bunch of breakers. All right, we've got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. The docking station is up here. You have a city water connection here, your tank flush, and your antifreeze inlet. We are hooking up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. We're going to come right above this to our hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, make sure our rod and drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape on there, not putty. Putty will gum it up. Throw some plumber's tape on there, get that in there nice and snug, and then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now if your hose has been on for a little while, you can go inside. If you want, you can deploy your slides at this time because our unit's level and stable. But go to your water taps, open up your water taps. Once water's flowing out of everything, showers, etc., no air in the lines, you can go ahead and shut off all those taps and turn on your hot water heater from indoors. There is an on-off electric element right here. The only time you ever want to turn this on out here is if you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, turn it on indoors. Hot water heater also has a reset button. If it doesn't seem to be working for some reason, come out and look and see if these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in, that'll reset it. And then your pressure release valve. So let's say we're gonna go camping. We're not gonna hook up at a campsite for city water. We're gonna go boondocking. Well, in that case, we're gonna fill up our potable water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and fresh and gray tanks. Black tanks, there's also a fresh button. Hold that in, that'll tell you when this is full. Now remember, when using potable water is when you're gonna wanna turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're hooked up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Starting back here by your docking station. Up top, you do have a docking light. Your hot water heater again. Below that is an outdoor shower. Fresh water. Here's your city water connect. Cable and satellite. Black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. And your antifreeze inlet for your winterizing unit. Down here is your your low point drains. Over here is your black and gray tanks. Gray tank number 2. Along the side of your slide here is access to the back of your fridge. You also have a galley tank back here. Again, your power. You have a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year and caulk as needed on your roof. Also prep for a Furion backup camera. That device up there connects to a device that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. And you can have a backup camera for the unit. Accessory hitch. Your rear stabilizing jacks. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of this. And make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Your campsite slide with awning, I'll run that out shortly. Your outdoor speakers, an antenna. Your grill, simply grab it, pull it out towards you. You have this big long quick connect LP right here. That connects right up behind it here. About right up underneath where that's hanging. You have another hose there. I'll show you where that hooks up. Let's have your outdoor fridge, some lighting. Come around your campsite here. You also have your big awning out here. We'll run that out. Prep for a TV out here. You plug it in here, hook up to your cable. You get a TV mount that'll sit right on here. Before talking about this lip, here's where your manual override is for your slide. The hand crank was the other one I showed you. So this lip here, you have 2 tables and a grill that'll sit here. A accessory table, grill and table that'll sit on there with a quick connect LP right here. I'll show you those. They're indoors. Prep for solar here. Plug in a solar panel there and trickle charge your battery. Again, your front stabilizing jacks. Okay, docking lights. Your propane does come with a cover. Also on a regulator. If you're lefty-loosey to open, point this toward the tank you wish to be using. If it's red, it means you're out of gas. Batteries. Check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're going down the road. And then up here is going to be your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Now come around to the storage. There's your manual the top one's your manual override for your slides. And that'll be for your spare tire as well as your hand crank on the front. Some more storage here. It's a good bag for your power cord. And then here's one of the two tables that sits on the outside. Well, that about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside. So coming up into your unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately coming in, on the bottom, I'll work my way up. It's gonna be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Little hallway light. Light control for your living room. A Wi-Fi Ranger. There's all the information for that. Get your furnace in just a moment. We'll start over here. On your control panel. So there is an app from IRV Technologies, the IRV controller app that you can get and do almost all this from your phone. Immediately up top you can look at your levels, your battery. Fresh water still has a little bit in it. All your other tanks are empty. Going through, this will be your whole control panel power. Hold that in to turn that on. Entry light, porch lights. Here's where you can turn on your water heater once the water tank is full. Awning light. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked up to gas. Here's where you hook up your water heater if hooked up to electric. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Your tank heater if you're in inclement weather, that'll turn on the pads on your tank. Step light, aisle light. Here's where we slide our controls in and out, or our slides. Your awnings, I'm going to work on those right now. I'm going to extend this first awning. Just going to hit extend. I'll show you how far to bring these out. So as you see, your top is gray. Camera back in the view here. Extend. Top is gray, your bottom is white. So you're only going to want to run these out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar. Now this will extend past that. So keep an eye on it when you do. And we'll run that back in. And I'm going to run your awning out on your slide. Same thing on that one. Finger on it. Same thing on that one. Got awning lights on here. I think they're orange out there. See the reflection there. So same thing over here. Just run that out. Until your flap falls down. Now sometimes they will stick. You might have to retract it a little bit. There it goes. So you see what I did? Just run it in and out a couple times until your flap falls down. That's as far as you want to run that out. We'll run that back in and we'll continue the tour. You can have your kitchen top open when running this out. Alright, we will continue on. Call those slam locks for a reason. They actually work best when slammed. Not too hard. Coming into your living room. Before I talk about your TV, I want to show you something here. Lift up on this and this will swing your TV out. Underneath here, this little button turns this green light on. That is a digital channel enhancer. When you arrive at the park, before you run your digital channel scan, go ahead and make sure that this is green. It's an enhancer and it'll allow you to pick up more channels. Snaps back in there. Just turn your TV on. Looks like your Hisense Roku TV. There's that. You have to go through and do all the setup for that. Down here, your IRV sound system. Bluetooth. There's your music. That'll be fine. See if we can get a channel to come inside here.
Auto insurance.
There we go.
You must listen
So,
to this message because Serenity
3 zones: indoors, outdoors, or both. Shut all them off.
Focused on serving the
Different modes: Bluetooth, auxiliaries in, HDMI. Nice sound system. Below that, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. Yeah, I can go through and show you all the different pretty colors, but the biggest thing now is the heat. If you're plugged into a campsite and it's chilly in the morning or evening, it's actually on right now and kicking out. Instead of using up your gas, use the campsite's electricity, crank this up and it'll get toasty in here in no time. So there's your outdoor table and griddle. Go down that area. The lighting for that's up here. Here's your 110 with GFCI reset over in your kitchen area. Pop up USB power tower, we call them. USB 110s. Self-explanatory microwave. You have your light and a fan over here. Your glass top makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light. Turn this to light, high, hit your spark, and when your gas is on, we'll have flame. It's off right now. Panel light also is an oven light. Another pop-up USB port. A lot of individual lighting in here like this. Store those away. Your pantry. Domestic fridge, we'll open that up to get inside here. Turn that off. Turn it back on. Over here's your control. So, I don't know if you can see it. It says auto and gas right there. So, auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're running off gas. Or you can switch it to strictly gas by pushing that button. Over here's your temperature. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Shut that off. These do remove. In your seats, you have a light, heat, and massage. These will snap right back in there. Parachute recliner. You just pull up on the parachute pole and there's your recliner. More individual lighting over here. I'll show you quickly how to turn your bed into a sofa. Or your sofa into a bed. So I found standing in the middle gives you the best leverage. So remove your cushions. Remove your Velcro back. Stand in the middle. Legs out. Hold it towards you. Fold down the back all the way. And just that quickly, you've got a bed. Reverse the process. Lift your back up. Lift this up and fold it in. As you do, bring your legs in. Turn your cushions, and just that quickly you're back to a sofa. Coming down the hallway now. Get your thermostat. Go into mode. Oh, system. Oh, get back to cool. System cool. Turn your AC on. Turn the temperature down on it. There's your AC. Oh, system. I keep forgetting. Go to system to change it to off. Okay, now we're going to go to your heat. Let that turn on. Okay, that's on. I shut that off. You notice that the heat tends to take a little bit longer to shut off the heat fan. Come into your bathroom. Turn these lights on. You have a hand crank open. Power exhaust vent up here with 4 different speeds. Another 110 with GFCI reset. For travel, make sure that your shower door is snapped back. Make sure that this bedroom door, or bathroom / bedroom door, is snapped back on this side. In your bedroom, 1-touch lighting up there, 110s on each side. You have a light here. Turn on the bed light. You do have just a hand crank open vent in here. No exhaust to it. Of course, your closet. Again, make sure these are snapped back into place for travel. That one there. And this one down there. You're all prepped for a washer and dryer here one day, maybe. Of course, your dresser and under bed storage accessible from outdoors. Okay, so lastly in here, next to your fridge, beside your couch, is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt is always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, if you are boondocking, you have nothing plugged in charging your battery, use that battery disconnect to keep this running your battery down while you're gone. Alright, that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving and close the unit up. I'm going to take your remotes, put them in this top drawer, show you a few other things over here. You have a little bit of paperwork here. You also have your TST system, which I will send you a complete different video from them on how to set that up. Your tire pressure monitoring system. Your Forest River paperwork. So I like to start by coming and shutting off my lights. Now that all of them lights are off, I can walk around and see any individual lighting that needs to be shut off. One-touch lighting is nice. You can just turn one on at night for a night light. Once you've got that done, I'm going to come back over, turn on my entry lights here. Turn the lights back on in here. Doors and drawers. Go through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede these slides from coming in. And you're not going to rip off anything by bringing in your slides. Especially these kitchen drawers. Make sure they're tucked all the way in. If they're out just a little bit, it's going to be messy. So doors and drawers are closed. Let's start by hitting slide room in, number 1. That's going to be our off-camp size slide. See the bottom come in first. It does that on all units because that's where the slide mechanism is. Straightens itself back up as it comes in. So it slides in. Here's slide room number 2. Lastly, come back to your bedroom. Turn on your lights. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed in here. You can leave that light on if you actually leave this door open. And bring in slide room number 3. Slides in. Shut off our light. Close our door. Shut off our interior lights and shut our panel off. Exit the unit. Now for these steps, the main thing you want to do is make sure that this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it coming up. Simply lift them up. They're strut assisted. Once they sit inside, lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn this handle, and you're ready for travel. At this point, bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook our power, our cable, and our water. And come around. We're going to open up these low point drains. If we are out dry docking or boondocking, we're going to open up this freshwater drain, dump that tank. After that, we're going to come to our hot water heater again. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump all the rest of the hot water out of our hot water heater, just like that. And then you can go ahead and pull this drain plug. Make sure you put this back down, otherwise this door will not close. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. You've got 2 dumps. You've got your sewer and gray tank here, and you've got a galley tank all the way at the rear on your campsite, or off campsite. Once you arrive, take your sewage hose, comes to your convenience pack, 10 foot, hook that up. First thing we're gonna pull is our black handle. It's that one right back here. That's gonna be all your sewage coming out of the thick part. Once that's done, leave that black handle open. Once it sounds like it's done, leave that black handle open. Come up here to your tank flush. Hook up the hose at the dump station and let that run for a good 5 minutes. Again, with that black tank handle open. It's gonna wash out all that nastiness out of your black tank, and that's done. Again, at least 5 minutes. Close that up. Unhook your hose, close that black handle. Pull this first gray handle. When that's done, close that one, pull this second gray handle. When that's done, unhook your sewage hose, come on back to this galley tank. Again, these are going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. Open that up, drain that one. When that one's done, you can conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right inside your bumper. Hook on up and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Flagstaff Classic for many years to come. Happy camping.